Hey guys, we are back here again for another video. Now, I was reading you guys' comments and what you were saying with regard to the Evelyn Lozada situation and the game, and Evelyn's daughter allegedly being pregnant by the game. And a lot of you were saying, I want to hear what Tiffany has to say. Well, the fact of the matter is, we know Tiffany has moved on with her life. She probably doesn't have anything to say right now because think about it, guys. She's moved on. So I doubt that she's going to be giving any interviews. However, I was able to find an interview that Tiffany did some time ago. Now, the most interesting part of this interview is she did name Evelyn Lozada as her friend. So I know you guys were wanting Tiffany to suddenly come out and say something. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen. As I stated, Tiffany is a professional woman. She's a career woman. She is a teacher, but I was able to find an interview that she did where she references Evelyn as her good Judy. And we're going to jump into exactly what Tiffany stated and what she had to say about Evelyn and how she stated she was introduced to Evelyn and basically, obviously, how she met Shaunieoneal. Now, guys, before we get into this video, you guys know the drill, and I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. But make sure you guys go ahead and like the video. Definitely share the video. And if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe. If you are already subscribed, I'm going to ask you to please hit that bell notification so you do not miss out on videos.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Now, guys, before we get into the receipts and the proof that Evelyn, in fact, lied, as we all had known that she was lying in the first place, because I don't know about y'all, but I never thought that Evelyn was a truthful person at all. In fact, when she took to her social media to tell us that basically she didn't know Tiffany, I knew she was lying because that was the guilt getting to her. Now, this is a video that I showed you guys yesterday in which Evelyn seemingly responded to fans that were pretty much calling her and her daughter out because they were saying, your daughter is pregnant by the game and you should be ashamed of yourself for allowing your daughter to get pregnant by your friend's ex-fiance. Now, I get it. You know, her daughter is a grown, I believe, 30-year-old. I think Evelyn had her very young, but I feel like we do, instill values in our children. And I believe that's exactly what Evelyn did. I believe she instilled the wrong values in her daughter. But again, I wanted to kind of re-talk about this because I know you guys don't watch each and every video. But this is, the video where Evelyn basically said, we're crazy and she don't know that lady. So y'all, let's get into that video before we get into these receipts.
I'm literally sitting here cracking up and thinking to myself, first of all, my face is a little red because I was emotional about something good. But anyway, so because I'm on the other side of it, right? And you guys follow like these celebrities and people, and I know that people talk about us because of the show, who would date, whatever's happening in our lives. But it's always interesting for me, and I talked about this recently, for me to read the stuff about myself that are just false. Oh my God, this person was best friends with that person. How dare they? Guys, stop making this shit up, okay? It's everything that you read online, a lot of it is bullshit. I don't mind. Like, I live in my truth. I say what it is, but some of this stuff is crazy to read. So, anyway, my message got cut off. Anyway, the point is that, yeah, take the stuff you read with a grain of salt, and really think about you as a person, right? When you read things and you're passionate about it or you really believe it, you're saying, oh, okay, let me go to that person's page to really tell them about themselves. But a lot of the stuff that you see is really bullshit. If I was in a photo with somebody 10, 15 years ago, whatever it is, it doesn't mean we were friends. It doesn't mean we were best friends. It doesn't mean that we dated. You could be in a photo with somebody or you could share space with somebody and it not be what people make it out to be. And a lot of people believe this shit. So it's so interesting to me. Anyway, life is good. We're good. I'm happy. But yeah, just needed to share that because I'm always like, what the hell?
Now, again, Evelyn was doing her notorious lying speech by telling us that she was not friends with that lady. And just because we see her on the picture, as we see her on one picture on the screen, that does not mean that they are friends because they share the same space. And pretty much we are all delusional and we need to stop finding stuff online and believing stuff that we see because we are, in fact, a bunch of crazy people. Because what Evelyn is saying is she is not friends with that lady, and we need to stop it, and we need to stop it at once. Well, guess what, guys? I searched and searched because, listen, I don't was not able to find an interview on Tiffany, but baby, I found something better in which Tiffany actually mentions Evelyn's name and refers to her as a friend. So it's very interesting how we find all of these photographs with these two sharing space, as Evelyn states. You don't have to be friends to share space. But not only are they sharing space, they're intimate, and hugging their friends. Evelyn is holding her daughter. She's touching Evelyn's stomach, but yet Evelyn don't really know this lady like that. So y'all, I'm going to share my screen so I can kind of show you guys the proof, and then we're just going to read through what Tiffany said about Evelyn. Okay, guys, so let me give you the name of this article so you can actually check it out yourself. I originally tried to share the entire article, but it was almost impossible with all the technical difficulty. So, this is an article from The Vibe, and it is from November 19th, 2012. I know you guys are going to say that's old. For this purpose, it can be old because we know that Evelyn had a relationship, the one that she's saying did not exist. So, in this particular write up, Tiffany is talking about her relationship with the game. Obviously, they had that reality show together, and she's talking about how she met him. Now, in this particular article, obviously, she goes into their relationship. She goes into they have 4 engagements, 2 children, and pretty much just breaks down that. She talks about how she met the game, who she was introduced to him through her sister's kid's father. She said that they used to go to the same barbershop, yada yada. He begged to take her out. She thought that he was young, and for some reason, he continually sought after her. She had a death in her family. He was there to console her, and y'all know how that ended. They ended up being together. Well, as she was asked about her reality show, she was also asked about who did she know in the reality TV world. And what I did is I clipped that part out just for you all because with this particular part, it is exactly what we are talking about today. We're talking about Evelyn Lozada saying that she was not friends with anybody, and just because you are in a picture with someone, that does not mean that you are friends. She said, quote, and I wrote this down, she said it's BS. that we believe these things and that she lives in her truth. And we need to take everything with a grain of salt. She said just because she's in a picture with someone means absolutely nothing. So what I stated is she was definitely deflecting, felt guilty, and she know that she was definitely full of BS. Because in this particular article, when Tiffany was asked who did she know, actually, let's go to exactly what the question was here. I know I have it on the screen, but I'm actually reading it from another device. Give me a moment. Okay, the question was, being a part of the VH1 family now, who are some reality TV stars that you already know or hope to meet? Let me repeat that because I know somebody didn't hear it. The question that Tiffany was asked, being a part of the VH1 family now, who are some of the reality stars that you already know or hope to meet? This is what Tiffany said. I know Evelyn Lozada and Shaunieoneal. Shaunie and I actually went to high school together. Now, I had it wrong. I thought she knew Evelyn first. According to this article, Tiffany stated she went to high school with Shaunieoneal. She said, and Evelyn and I met through JCon, also known as The Game, because JCon, aka The Game, and Chad are friends. Now, Chad Ochocinco, remember the one man that Evelyn was only married to for what? Not very long. But anywho, so it looks like Tiffany did not meet Evelyn through Shaunie. She met her through her fiance and through Evelyn's husband that she was literally married to for what, 20 days. But anywho, she talks about that Evelyn was her girl before the reality show came to be. And she said that it's good that she has them and she refers to another person. And she feels like Evelyn is somebody that she can go to for good counsel, which is very, very odd because Evelyn made it seem like she didn't even know this lady. And although she's in a picture with her, she don't really know her like that. Well, guys, I don't know what else to show you as proof other than Tiffany's own words that she said her and Evelyn were, in fact, friends. And I believe this is information that we already knew. I mean, we can find tons of pictures online. And, what Evelyn stated is just because you're in a picture with someone, it does not mean you're friends, but you don't repeatedly take pictures with strangers. You don't repeatedly let people that you don't know or that you're not friendly with touch you on your stomach. You don't let strangers hold your daughter, go into your daughter's room. So, Tiffany has pretty much broken it down. They were introduced to each other by Tiffany's fiance and during the time that, Evelyn was in a relationship with Chad. But what I want you guys to also understand is their relationship carried on even after Evelyn was in a relationship with Chad, because in some of the photographs that you guys saw with Tiffany and Evelyn, you saw Evelyn pregnant. That is with this last son that she had, which you guys would know that is not Chad's son. So after Evelyn and Chad divorced, sometime after that, she met her youngest son's father. So you can kind of understand where I'm going with this. So Evelyn is just that you cannot trust. While I do agree that her daughter is grown and can make her own decisions, I believe, like everybody else, that she is a contributing factor in her decisions, because word on the street is that Evelyn uses her puss to get what she want, and I believe that is exactly what her daughter is doing. We heard and saw Jackiechristie call her daughter a build a hoe. Now we heard and saw that. We also heard Jennifer Williams, which is her best friend, say some very interesting things about her daughter. But now this is all adding up. While as a parent you cannot control what your children does, people seem to think that Evelyn is the contributing factor in her daughter's decision. So, hey, I don't know. I kind of feel the same way. But y'all got to let me know what y'all think. And again, y'all wanted to know, you wanted to hear from Tiffany. Tiffany has spoke. And as always, guys, make sure you like, share, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Now, I know I've stated this before. One of the ways you guys can support the channel is simply by hitting the like button. I mean, it is free. It don't cost you nothing. It's not going to break your thumb or your finger. So go ahead, guys, and support the channel by liking the video.